And can reshare the post that says we're going live. And we can get going live. Can I remember what we were doing or where we were going? That's going to be the question. I can definitely remember where we were at and what was going on, despite having been asleep a little bean last time we finished playing this on stream. It'll all come together. How is everyone doing? I keep forgetting this doesn't automatically exit the loading, that I have to click continue. Yes, this was what I needed to remember. There's an ominous glowing sphere, and there's the evil half of it, and I've got to make an eclipse. And I don't know what that's going to lead us to, but this is where we were at. Okay, yeah, let's just jump right in.
So you were the director of this play?
Yeah, that's me. Our performance of The Cult was cursed from the pre-show ritual on. The Cult is an immersive theatrical experience.
Uh-huh. You're gonna have to walk me through what that means.
Immersive theater. A play where the audience can participate, spread across this hotel. The Cult is a legend. The only written copy of the manuscript lost, the play is passed on as oral tradition between theater companies. Each company only performs it once. The play was said to have special power.
Oh, ominous.
Kids playing with a Ouija board. And when you call for the devil, he will come.
The pre-show ritual. That's it.
That's a narrative element.
Start from the beginning.
I can do stories now. Hey, Echo, how you doing today? I am having a good day. I saw a recorded version of the musical Heathers. That is a hell of a fucking musical.
The
Okay.
board was empty again. I needed a new draft back at the beginning.
Don't worry,
Closer
Alan.
to my goal.
We can put the one place we've been and the one story idea someone else had together. I think that'll work, Alan. Don't worry. A forbidden play brought to life. The Cult. Everyone is invited to the pre-show ritual in the ballroom. Ooh. Yeah, let's just quick save while we're there. Terra in the Twitch chat says he's going to need your help, Laura. He is going to need my help. Without me, he wouldn't have put two and two together that, you know, you could put the plot element on the one plot element you have on the one location you have. Alan needs my help on this.
The room at the end of the corridor was closed off. It felt significant. Something terrible would happen there.
Can this also be where the ritual happens? I just put the pre-show ritual in all of the rooms.
The prop room had been changed from room 104 to room 225. The troupe were busy building their own Wicker Man, where they themselves would be sacrificed.
Okay, 225. 104. Okay, let's look around at least a couple of rooms. Aha! Equipment. Yeah, Echo, Heather's is a lot. I would recommend checking a content warning it is intense, and it is intense on a specific theme. It is a fantastic musical, but it is, you gotta be ready for the ride it's gonna take you on. Okay, 104 or 225. Alan, turn the light back on, yeah. Okay, occasionally you do actually need shining with the light. I see. That's you've got a person in you. All good? You're all good. Cool. Room 104 key. Okay, so this is no longer the prop room, because I put that narrative element on the board. If I take that narrative element off, can I take the plot element off the board? And if I do, will this become the prop room again?
I couldn't add a new element from here. I'd have to go to the scene.
Okay, fine. I was trying to, like... Okay, no, I need to go back to the scene. And then go to room 104, because, like, changing the element... Let me get the key.
The scene changed with the story.
Yeah, there we go. Two. In we go. Come on. Props should be in here. No, then what did I need the room 104 key for? To get to this, was it just to turn this into... Oh. 225 is connected to 104? I go back... Hi, Jay Blunt, over on YouTube. How you doing? I'm trying to get my bearings again. It's been a minute since I played this. Right, so... Put the pre-show ritual... back on. We're gonna move the props to room 225. Which we get to by... going through 104 for some reason. I come out in here. That's 225. I'm just going to keep moving and hope that I work this out. The ballroom. I see police do not cross tape.
It could not be opened on the side.
Alan, just write it into the story that you can open it from that side. You are writing the story. Okay, ballroom. In we go.
The ballroom would be the stage of a key scene in the play.
Pre-show ritual. That's the only scene we have.
Changing a plot element in a scene without being there was impossible.
Oh, sorry. The ballroom is the pre-show ritual. Ooh, ominous.
The cult in the play was called the Cult of the Tree. With their deer masks, they were the backwoods echo of the cult of the words urban horror.
Okay, yeah, so you wrote this cult into existence, Alan. You are the reason all of those people died. Cool. Scrangle says, I ended up having some fun theory crafting about the thermos used in the safe rooms. Control has one as an object of power that makes coffee good no matter how terrible it is when you fill it. Interesting. You reckon the safe room properties are purely because no matter what you do, this coffee's pretty good? Oh, I see arrows pointing. Aha! Words of stuff. Have more flashlight. And do I just come out the other side? Now I have the room 101 key. I have room numbers out here. 214. You have to go back through 225 to get to the 100s again? I have the room 101 key. Isn't room 101 like a thing, like a place where you put stuff you don't want? I mean, yeah, my first thought with the coffee was like Twin Peaks didn't feel a million miles away. Okay, so we went in 104, so we actually want to go past where we just were. Yeah, from Big Brother, yeah. 1984, yep. 101 we have the key for. Okay, and what is... Yeah, if any of you have never written a book, this game is a very accurate representation of what it means to write a book. This is the process of writing. Get used to the fact that this is how every piece of media you've ever enjoyed was written. Like, until you start, like, dissociating and hallucinating multiples of yourself and having, like, little flashes of, like, random owls during the writing process and you're flashing in and out of reality, you ain't writing a book yet. Yeah, as Scrangle3D in the Twitch chat says, you get stuck in a room until you write enough words about Mario's butt. Exactly. If you have not yet written enough about Mario's butt, you must endure the chamber in which these events will occur. Oh, Terra in the Twitch chat is finally getting a gender clinic appointment soon. no need to apologize for being excited about that. That's an exciting thing. Hell yeah. Right. When I find 104... 101 didn't seem to really get me anything of huge value here, so let's continue pushing forward. XBB says, imagine what the Dark Place would create out of Laura's imagination. Oh, you don't want to know what evil dark machinations my mind would create. Ooh. I see arrows. Who says the Dark Place hasn't already happened to me? Is this perhaps why the video game industry is as terrible as it is? It's because Who Hunt the Whale was such a well-written piece of literature fueled by the Dark Place that, as a result, it rewrote the past and now the video game industry is terrible. I feel like that's as reasonable an explanation as any for, you know, the state of video games. Alright, let's... Okay, has this room chilled out now? Okay. What are these arrows trying to lead me to? Come on, lead me to something good.
Springs, a special place, a shifting space, existing in a countless number of parallel realities. Sometimes a quaint small town, sometimes a hulking metropolis. Different every time we set upon the road that leads us there. And yet, like a half...
Oh, is this our Twilight Zone intro?
Always familiar to us. These are the stories that take place there. Orange
This is Night Spring.
Terrifying, heartbreaking, nail-biting, absurd, and thrilling. Sometimes all of these things at once. A haunting new season of mind-bending episodes written by Alan Wake. Host, Warland Orr, and I will see you soon in Night Springs.
Come on, let me just watch an episode of Night Springs. You're not gonna, are ya? Twas but an advert. Okay, the arrow's pointing me that way. Terra in the Twitch chat says, so stoked for the end of season of Dice Funk. I really admire your commitment to your character's faults. I facepalm every time Trizzy tries to talk her way out of a problem that even a high charisma character would struggle with. What's... If I played to my character's strengths, it would just be, I do the thing I'm good at. I succeed. Story done. Gotta have some grit. Oh, American Nightmare was Alan Wake's episode of Night Springs. Okay, so we're gonna come back to the ballroom. I feel like we need a different plot element in here, but we don't have any other plot elements right now. I feel like I need to find something I'm missing here. Rehearsal room, move to room 202. Okay, so 219 or 202? Okay. Yeah, spooky ghosts. Oh, that mannequin fucking tricked me for a second with its shadow. And this leads to room 202.
This is where they gathered before the play. This is where it began.
Okay, so I'm going to put the only plot element I have currently, which is pre-show ritual.
Another vision. Another idea.
Finally, you have more than one story idea, Alan. Congratulations.
Why set up a play in a hotel? Why this hotel?
Because the rent is cheap? No. The ocean view was perfect for this. It's said to be haunted. Dark stories about murder, death, suicide. Supposedly, an actual cult once performed an unspeakable ritual to summon something in the ballroom. Did we summon the same thing? Tapped into something horrifying? It seemed like it was part of the play, but it wasn't. Does that sound crazy?
You don't want to ask me about crazy, kid.
A haunted hotel. Yes. That's a trope for a reason.
A haunted hotel? It's a trope for a reason. Okay, haunted. Haunted hotel. Come on, give me ghosts. Okay, so now I get to hear whispers. Woo! Okay. You all done trying to murder me now, everyone? Good. Okay, we can try and have a haunted ballroom now? Yeah, that seems like it would do the trick. Haunted ballroom. Ballroom, also haunted. Oh, anytime I turn a room to haunted, there's gonna be things for me to fight, aren't there?
It's getting real, all right. I recognized my writer's room on the stage. I almost dreaded the ideas this would conjure up.
Nice set you got here. What was the scene in this room?
Well, this is what we call the writer's room. In the play, it's where the devil rewrites reality whilst God is asleep.
It's where the devil rewrites reality while God is asleep. This is where Mr. Scratch is rewriting reality while Alan is asleep. Would be the obvious answer there. Dandelion says, "Hi everyone, I'm so confuzzled by this." Yeah, trust me, we're on a bit of a journey. Here's the best I understand things right now. I'm going to try and sum up Alan Wake 2 with some of this is theory, some is conjecture, some is prediction. Alan Wake was trapped in hell. He wrote a horror story to write himself out of hell. That story involved 2 FBI agents who might just entirely be inventions of Alan Wake to get him out of hell. One of them is a woman called Saga, whose grandparents are members of like a Viking rock band who are immune. Like, they can remember when Alan rewrites reality, and therefore Saga can as well. So she remembers the changes being made. And Alan wrote his way out of hell, but maybe it wasn't Alan, or maybe not just Alan. But anyway, we're being Alan in hell right now, and it's unclear if this was in the past or it's happening in the present. And it's all a metaphor for the fact that writing is hard. There you go. That's Alan Wake 2 so far.
Devil was our star role. I got a big-time celebrity to play him, and he was method acting the role to perfection. He never broke character, always wore the cult mask. His name was scratched out on the posters.
Okay, Mr. Scratch.
And who was this mystery celebrity? Let me guess. Alan Wake?
I wish I could tell you, but turns out there were masks upon masks.
Alan Wake's evil alter ego.
Shit got weird when he was around.
Mr. Scratch. He scratched out his things.
Mr. Scratch is the devil.
So, Scrangle, it has been left deliberately ambiguous as to whether this is him, Alan, still remembering things that happened in flashback, or whether I don't think we've seen anything that explicitly proves that, like, the person who got out wasn't Mr. Scratch and Alan's still trapped in here. That still feels feasible. I don't think that's what's happening. I think this is continued flashback, but it's not impossible still.
He was born to play the role.
I had to agree with Casey on that.
The devil is a plot element we can play with. Right, so, yeah, what if we put the devil in the ballroom?
This was something out of a horror story, but I had to...
Yes, Alan, you're writing a horror story. Why are you surprised that horror story elements are here? Oh.
The shadow moved too fast to see. Where is it going?
Oh.
This is not my writing. This is Scratch mocking me.
What did Scratch write? In his room, he will hurt her. Okay, is Scratch trying to write into reality that Alan will hurt his wife? Okay, what elements do we have here we can make use of? Text about the cult. Is there a room that would be better than this one to put the devil plot point in? Have I missed anything in here? I don't think so. Right, let's try and remember where the other plot elements, where the other rooms were, and we can pop our plot element into those. All done being spooky in here? Okay then. Back we go. So one of the rooms I think was through here. Through this door, that leads us to 202, which is the rehearsal room, so we can now make the rehearsal room. We can rewrite this to be the devil.
This was not the ritual murder site I was looking for. This had just been an appetizer before the main course.
This is not the ritual murder scene you are looking for. Okay, what were my other scenes? The entrance hall and the final scene. So I need to be backtracking toward the entrance hall at the very least. What was it? 205? Okay.
I couldn't get in. I was missing something.
I want to find who's humming in that room. Okay, 209 or 207 key. Follow the blood trail. Where you going, Satan? Yeah, this is a spooky, mysterious mystery, alright. Final scene. The devil being the final scene might make sense?
The scene had changed.
Okay, I can get inside because it's the devil, then I change it back to something else so the door is accessible. No, okay. Did we try changing this to haunted? Yeah, this has to be the devil. I've got to work out how to get in still, but this is going to be the only one that gets me in. Is that not the way in? Okay, I guess I go back to the starting corridor. Okay, so if we make this the devil?
The devil's path up the staircase was draped in blood.
Okay. Nope, let me run past you, sir. Run past you. Up the spooky staircase. With some batteries, but I have none.
I felt the presence of a new idea here.
Yeah? Yeah, did this spark something in you, Alan? Did being in this hellish location get you inspiration?
If that's who the actor playing the devil was, had stayed in the hotel. Asking
Hi, Al.
the reception who got me a room number.
Alan.
666.
Alan.
He had requested that room specifically. The devil had a sense of humor.
Alan, you put the devil in room 666. You are not a good writer, sir.
Or he really didn't. It was funny either way. According to the director, the actor hadn't mingled with the rest of the cast. He had only come out for the play, and always in character.
Ooh. Alan walked spookily down the scary, spooky corridor to the scary door, which had 666 written on it and was scary, Alan said.
Scratch had been there. I could sense his presence lingering in the room. I was about to have another killer idea.
Alan, stop writing killers. Stop writing them into existence. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the murder victim. The lady who was killed in the climax of the play.
The leading lady. Oh, it was an honor to get to work with her.
It's Alan's wife, isn't it?
Sure. She went back a long time. Kept insisting she had seen the long-lost original script of the play.
Okay, yeah.
She'd been with this mysterious writer, his muse.
Okay, Mr. Scratch
That was her role in the play.
has written Alice's death
She
into
was
this.
staying in room 108, where the murder happened.
The set of the final scene, right. The devil comes, an unstoppable force crashing through the hotel through each scene, executed with devastating mastery, and all leading up to him meeting his muse. It turns out he knew her. He'd only joined the play to get to her.
To murder her.
Not you again.
Run away, Alan! Ooh! Spooky! Ooh! Let's try that again. I don't remember where the nearest safe room was, so, good luck to me.
Not you again.
Okay, it was what? To the right. I think it was left here. I think. Come on, Alan. Okay, follow anything that is lit up, even if it's not where I came from. Follow the light. That's the rule with Alan Wake. We follow the light.
Not you again.
what am I missing? What am I missing?
Not you again.
Come on, Al.
Get the fuck away from me! Shit.
Yeah, surely that's where I'm going for, is over there.
Get away! I had to reach the light of light to hide from dark presence.
Was that it? I had to backtrack on myself a couple of times. It wasn't about finding the right route, it was about backtracking when the thing closed in, I guess.
Drawn to the story I was writing as it grew darker. The final scene took place in 108.
Run away. Okay, so we need to go. Back to room 118, but this time we put. There we go. So this is final scene. And we put the climax of the story in the final scene. That is a sensible place to put the climax. Oh. Beware the drowned lady. His story ends, her story does not. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you're gone. In motion in his room, he will hurt her in hers. He is caught, his story ends, her story does not. This is the ritual. Okay. Lost on the shore between the forest and the ocean, the owl and the deer reflected in motion. In his room he will hurt her, in hers he is caught. His story ends, her story does not. This is the ritual to lead you on. Your friends will meet him when you are gone. Okay, I cannot change the scene once I am in here. Oh, I can't just open that door.
There was a
Apparently.
record at the bottom of the bathtub, beneath the body. Somehow it was important.
Okay, doesn't look like Alice. That's a first reassurance?
Another step. Somehow I was closer to home. Closer than ever before. It's you again. The FBI agent. Saga Anderson. I'm closer now. I can feel it. You helped me get closer to escaping.
Rick? Are I still trapped? We have the clicker. We can figure this.
You know about the clicker?
Yeah, this is the conversation Saga was having with Alan in the woods, trying to work out what was going on at the sort of coffee fair theme park. At this point, Alan was out of the dark place. Yet, he is in the dark place having this conversation with her, and she was having this conversation while he was supposed to be out. I think this is happening in real time. and there is some piece of Alan still trapped in the dark place. Not all of Alan is out of the dark place at that point chronologically in Saga's story.
It can help us. I destroyed the Dark Presence with it last time. You can help. You can find it. You must.
You clearly
find
didn't
it.
destroy the Dark Presence with it last time. The Dark Presence still exists.
I have to understand. Did you write down the story?
Alice is in danger. I have to stop Scratch. I have to find Return. I need to get back to my apartment. I'm writing a story to get through. Initiation. It's the only way.
The story. You can do that. You can write out.
Oh, he's only hearing part of that. Saga.
Only for a moment.
Saga was much more like, you can write my actions into reality. That's fucking terrifying. And she's like, you can write the story.
Like two planets passing in orbit. Saga Anderson was helping me go deeper, closer to escape. Somehow, I had to trust her. Parliament Tower.
How
I had to
curious.
get back to my apartment, my study. I had to find the manuscript of Return.
You really think it's going to be different than the last time you went there? Oh, the question is, do we go back to Saga now, or do we stick with Alan for a bit?
Some say that it moves forever, this road that I lose you on every time.
Oh, this is the song that Conrad likes. This is the one that he talked about on Podquisition last week, and then I think again this week.
Some say that it moves forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it moves forever, this road. Don't mention me. The man told me.
This track is catchy. I do like this one. Some say that it loops forever. Okay. I need a safe room. Saga's chapters are more like there is more happening of clear cause and effect, and therefore they flow a bit more directly. No, we don't have a bucket to switch back realities in here. So we're sticking with Alan for at least a little longer. Okay, exit the hotel. That can't be that hard, right? I see the word exit. This will be easy. The hotel will simply let me out.
Parliament Tower was here, again. Zane said the manuscript of Return was the key to escaping. I had to get it before Scratch did.
Well, there's the dark. Oh,
Had I chosen to pursue the cult, or had they chosen me for some unknowable purpose? To be a demon, to sort the clues based on my interpretation, to change that which I observed. It was all a play. Shadows on the wall of the cave, an echo of the true events that happened somewhere else. Was I there to watch the shadows, or was I a shadow too? In a performance set up for someone else.
yes. Either Alan or Scratch wrote you, sir. Alright, where is this tower I'm looking for? I think it's this one just over here. I'm going to assume this is going to be a fairly short chapter. We will go up to the apartment, something will happen, we'll go back to Saga. Well, thank you, Elevator, being ready for me before I even need you. Such convenient design.
Go to hell!
Right, let's watch another home movie from Alice.
Alice had turned the bathroom into a dark room.
I'll turn my torch off then. Not good for darkroom photography. Okay. Put a sign on the door, Alice, that tells me not to, like, wave a torch around in there. That's probably a good idea. The dark place.
I needed to get inside the manuscript.
Okay. Hey, Alice. Everything good with you back home? Just checking in. Tried to call but couldn't reach you. Probably deep in the creative process. Sharks are circling. They want to turn what happened into happened to Al. I thought that was to AI, into a movie or TV show. And get this, a fucking video game. Oh shit! The Alan Wake video game is a video game about the events that happened to the real Alan Wake. Oh, I see. Haven't heard from you in a while. Barry joined a cult and loved it. Wellness retreat. Working with Al or the Andersons was tough sometimes, but these movie biz types are insane. My stress levels were through the roof. Okay. Oh, hey, welcome Raiders. Hi, how's everyone doing? We're playing Alan Wake 2. We're trying to work out what flavor of fucked up Alan is today.
Months after Alan died, I didn't leave the apartment.
Alan died?
I
Oh
was flattened.
no, he's just trapped in the dark
The
place.
confusion, the shock, the guilt, fear. I could barely get out of bed. Barry Wheeler started visiting. He even cooked me meals. I couldn't stand the guy when I first met him, but he's a better friend than I gave him credit for.
I'm glad Barry's alright.
He still checks in. Even after he moved out west.
Alice's work had consumed the apartment. Her whole life.
Alan, you sound pretty judgmental for a writer whose work not only consumed your whole life, but literally doomed several people to be trapped at the bottom of a lake.
One morning, I saw a deer soar past my bedroom window. It was a balloon of some cartoon animal. And I looked out at the street below, and I saw a little girl crying. Like losing that balloon had just ended her whole world. It was the perfect image of the horror of caring. And that's when I got myself out of bed. And I picked up my camera.
Okay.
There was something in the dark. Something I needed to see, to show. The more shadows I photographed and filmed, the more I felt like I was on the verge of a breakthrough.
Okay, throwing more thoughts out here. Did Alice invite the Dark Presence? Is that how Scratch got back? Alice was looking for inspiration, like was searching out the Dark Presence in order to try and capture it to tell the story of what happened to Alan, and therefore created an opening for the Dark Presence to come back through again?
I submerged myself in it. I only went out at night. My search became obsessive, but I still had no idea what I was looking for. There's a world hidden behind ours. A dark tide and flowing against reality.
XBB in the Twitch chat says, I think you also need to physically be at Cauldron Lake. I thought so too, but like, she seems to be pretty on the money about what's going on with the regards to another reality just sort of ebbing and flowing on the other side of this one.
In the shadows. Fear of the dark is really just fear of what could be, that vast, paralyzing ocean. But photography can freeze reality in a snapshot, put a cage around the infinite and capture it. I need to prove those faces are really there.
It really does sound like you're inviting the dark place in. Strangle, I feel like it's clear that Alice got out of the lake. But I feel like the whole point with, like, American Nightmare was Alice was out of the lake and Mrs. Scratch was trying to get out. Like, I feel like Alice getting out was one thing I'm pretty sure we knew from original Alan Wake or American Nightmare. Might be wrong, but... Okay, so the room with the spiral we couldn't get into, that we were trying to get into to get the manuscript, is the writer's room.
The full manuscript of a novel. Return. A horror story about the Dark Presence escaping from the dark place, taking over Bright Falls. I couldn't remember writing it. I had not written it. I would never write this.
Okay, I think I know what's happening. Earlier, we saw a version of Alan shoot a different version of Alan, who he thought was Scratch, I think. What he saw in that past loop is him now. Not writing the story that would free Scratch, but trying to do the, like, edits to the story that would stop Scratch getting out. And this is the loop that's going on, is Scratch writes a story to run himself out, Alan makes edits to keep Scratch in, Alan, from elsewhere in the loop, shoots Alan, the loop goes back and forth.
I knew who had. Scratch. A monster with my face. If this story came true, Scratch would get out, people would die. Destroying the manuscript, it wouldn't stop it from happening. I would have to fix it, edit it. I could not change the genre of the story. I'd have to work within the constraints set.
Oh. Alan didn't pick for it to be a horror story. Scratch picked the horror story. Alan couldn't undo the story entirely, had to stick within its genre and tweak what he could.
By Scratch, I needed someone in the story to fight the darkness. Saga Anderson. I kept seeing her in my visions. She was already in Bright Falls, already involved, but she was not in Return. Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, self-fulfilling prophecy. And some say that it loops forever, over and over again. Saga is involved, Alan, but she's involved because she's already seen pages of this story in which she is involved. You wrote her involvement in, and the fact that you wrote her involvement in is now, in subsequent loops, your justification for writing her in. You're writing her in because she's already in, and she's already in because you already wrote her in. It's which came first, the chicken or the egg? Did you write her into the story, and that's why she's involved, and that's why you wrote her in, or... Okay. Oh, this is weirdly fascinating.
I'd write her in. Try to stop Scratch within the limits of the horror story.
Yeah. So, when you had... That conversation you had with her happened during the boss fight in the woods. In her timeline. Paige's writing her into the story had already been considerably happening by that point. But that is your justification for it's okay to write her into the story. Oh.
It was almost impossible. It was taking too long. I had not reached the end.
Hold it. Yeah. You thought you killed Scratch, but you killed yourself from another version of the loop where you were trying to fix things.
Some say that it moves forever, this road that I lose you on.
Okay, I get now why Conrad on Friday's stream was like constantly going, and some say that it loops forever. This really does become a refrain. You know what? I really liked that a lot of these chapters had original, unique music per chapter, but if one piece of music's gonna repeat, I'm kind of glad it's this one.
The meant only for you, I see. Wake up, it's only a dream.
Some say that it loops forever. I need to just message Conrad when I finish this game and just be like, hey Conrad, some say that it loops forever.
This winding road.
Scratch stopped me before I could finish my edits to the manuscript.
Was that Scratch or was that you? Was that Scratch or was it you, Alan? But either way, you're back at the start of the loop, and some say that it loops forever. Oh.
The memory of my edits was already fading. Terrible things would happen if the manuscript came true. Scratch was there, at Parliament Tower, undoing my work. He could use the story to escape. He could go after Alice.
Zane had said we worked on Return together. That was a lie. Scratch wrote Return. I would pay Zane another visit. He had guided me to 2 murder sites. I needed a new one to get back to Parliament Tower. A new draft of initiation.
Some say that it loops forever. Oh, I think we're just sticking with Alan for now. Okay, time for more weirdness in the TV, I guess. Could we go back? We could swap back. What do you reckon, chat? Do we stick in the Alan reality for now, or do we go back to Saga? Part of me's kind of tempted to say we just power through Alan. There's no good point to swap between these narratives. Oh. Yeah, I think I should just I think treat this like Twin Peaks. We're in the red room. We got the weirdness going on. Let's just do this bit. Some say that it loops forever. Much like, oh, the game saving icon. Some say that it loops forever. I'm maybe stretching a little now. You know what? I know this is a bit of a diversion. I feel like Alan Wake 2 has really managed to achieve a thing that Remedy wanted to do years ago with Quantum Break. The blending of live action, non-interactive, essentially TV show footage into a video game narrative and making the two feel cohesive. Like, that was always the pitch of Quantum Break, was that it was a TV show and also a game, and the two just weren't connected enough, and they were a bit disjointed, and the TV show element didn't really work. But this has blended its, like, live-action stuff really well in a narrative that sort of shifting unreality between mediums can be sort of excused a little.
I don't have time for this, so let's get it over with. Tell me, was this all fake? A show?
No one said otherwise, Mr. Wake. It was to indulge you, but we can stop pretending now.
Masks come off.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I don't even think you know who's under your mask, but you know how to make things difficult for yourself.
I don't think you even know who's under your mask. I'm going back to a theory I said on Friday. Scratch is in Alan's body. They are one and the same. The Alan that escapes has Scratch inside him. Under the Alan, under the mask that is Alan, Scratch is behind. I think that's what he's getting at.
All these rules, endless, convoluted loops you insist on going through. You are so lucky, you know. There are so many people helping you. Armies of people. Myself. Your wife.
Alice. I need to get to her. She's in danger.
She is. Because of you. And so is someone important to me, someone you pulled into this. You keep opening doors. Peeking in. Reaching through to get what you want, and that puts you in my path.
Are you Saga's dad? Maybe? We're talking about someone that got pulled into this because of Alan. Saga we did just have like a whole scene about Saga being pulled into this explicitly because of Alan. But the question would then become, Mr. Door, how are you in this reality? Like, how much are you aware of the fact that Saga was written into the story? How did you get in here? That opens a whole other list of questions if this is just Saga's dad. Yeah, a Scrangle in the Twitch chat says, she doesn't talk about her dad, doesn't really talk about her dad. If he's a supernatural entity who lives on a talk show set, then you can't really be around, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. I have to go now.
Maybe you will make it through this time. This has gone on long enough. This and our Night Springs. It was a nice distraction.
Our Night Springs.
It's time someone gave me a straight answer here.
I don't think he's Mr. Scratch. I don't think...
The next time we meet, the
Mr.
circumstances
Door.
will be very different. And you would do well to return the favor by playing your part. Or stay out of my way, Mr. Wig.
Play your part or stay out of my way. Again, that's just making you sound like Scratch.
Door, Zane, the masks were finally coming off. Was it a sign I was closer to escaping? I had no time to waste.
This is my story. Wake. I'm lost in the dark. Alan Wake.
Oh, I could sure do with Artie showing up sometime around now. There he is, right on cue.
Hurry, Tom. Here is the light at the end of the tunnel.
Jumalauta, that held you close, Tom. Mottako onward, set the granny in the snow. When the panic is biggest, the help is also near.
Door didn't seem happy to see me this time.
Fearing the master is the root of wisdom. But
Fearing the master is the root of wisdom. Alan is Mr. Door's master. Mr. Door is Scratch.
don't let the game get you down. He's playing his role. Maybe put him in your films, Tom, like you have put me. Sehän oliski.
What films?
I'm a fan of your masterworks. There is Tom the Poet, favorite, and Öden Ö is the most famous one, of course. And is it true what I hear? That it's coming back to cinemas?
You've gotten me confused,
Is
sir.
there a bottom to this rumor?
I need to get back to my apartment. Can you help me?
Well, plan is half done. You asked me to make sure you won't forget mikä se valokuva oli? The light pictures. The photos your artist wife took. They are waiting in the shoebox in the...
Scrangle says, I've been wondering why it is he keeps calling Alan Tom. Tom the Poet was one of the name, like a character name that the previous artist before Alan, who was captured by the Dark Presence, was a filmmaker, and Tom the Poet was one of his characters.
Basement. What you leave behind, you find in front of you.
Okay. Thanks, Adi.
Okay, something about a shoebox in a basement.
I couldn't force it open.
Alan Wake. Alan Wake.
How do I get to the basement? Oh, back right corner of the janitor's room. Good night, Artisynth. Yeah, I don't know how late of a night tonight's gonna be. I'm a sleepy bean, but give it a go. Some say that it loops forever. I'm really do be saying that. I want to find this whole song now, this Poe track.
Light is a poisonous, poisonous dart, forever seeking out the darkest part. Forever, forever, forever your heart.
I've had a thought. I don't know if this means anything. The writer's room door in the apartment had a spiral on the door, and that spiral keeps showing up in relation to the writer's room. Some say that it loops forever. A loop would start and finish at the same point. You would inevitably come exactly back to the start. This isn't a loop. Because past versions of Alan are able to interact with future versions of Alan. Alan, like, let's say this is the start of the loop, and it's looping, and it's not quite coming back to the start, it's parallel. It's a spiral. This is how he can interact with himself, is because he is basically looping, but his loops, it's like concentric circles. If the spiral hadn't been on the door, I might have said it's concentric circles. Concentric circles, however, would still imply like you've got to have smaller and smaller or larger and larger. Yeah, this isn't a loop. Some say that this loops forever, but it's not a loop. Scrangle, if that is the case, that has not been confirmed to me, and that is spoilers. If that is like a fact you know, if that's a theory you have, I see it. I don't personally agree with it, but if it's just a fact, okay, fine. Right. Scrangle, when you say it's a metatextual commentary kind of thing, is that based on things I have not seen yet, or is that your reading of what has currently happened? Well, yeah, you're being... okay, it's a theory based on stuff that has been seen so far. That's cool. Yeah, that you're perfectly happy to have that as a theory, and I see it, and I see the metatextual commentary, even if I'm like, I'm not convinced. I haven't seen enough to know if that's what's happening. Cool. Apologies for the double check. I've had a lot of people send me a lot of messages this week with not so subtle things. I've had to be like, no, I'm not looking at. Okay. Where are we? Trying to find the shoebox in the basement. Oh. Oh, they meant like the safe room shoebox. That'd be this. No, is that not what they meant when they said find the shoebox in the... Or did they mean the basement of the apartment?
To get to Parliament Tower,
Okay.
I needed to find a murder site. Zane would know where to find one.
Inside this messy maze of blood trails I was chasing the cult through, I ran into the filmmaker, Thomas Zane, an esoteric bohemian with a hard-on for acts of cruelty performed in the name of occult nonsense. A director wants to control every aspect of the world in their films. Is a cult leader any different? Was Zane just another alias for Scratch? There was a rumor...
Better Seasons says, would a hint be okay regarding your question as to the shoebox? Well, I came out here and it started pointing me towards places, so I assume I have... you can tell me, have I missed the shoebox? Do I need to go back? If not, don't worry, I'll work it out.
Wake and Zane had been working on something together. I was going to get the truth out of Zane, with whatever means necessary.
Right. Let me move my webcam so I can actually see the hint. Look for Zane at the hotel. Oh, okay, so I'm going back to the hotel to see if Zane shows up. Oh, the basement of the studio. Okay.
Wake.
How do we even go back? I don't remember how to... Oh, Mr. Door Theatre is here.
The door wouldn't open.
I don't even know if I can get back in there now. Oh, here. Okay, right. So, not this shoebox. Different shoebox in the basement. Okay, I previously had the light switched and didn't see it. I will, I guess... somewhere further back. Is the shoebox even important? Do I need the shoebox?
The door wouldn't budge.
Nope, can't go back. Yeah, I'm not aware of... Oh, the shoebox is here. I can't get the shoebox now. Because I cannot go back through this door. The door is locked. I can try, but I don't think I can backtrack to the shoebox. Yeah. Can't backtrack when the light's the other way. Yeah. So I'm just going to ignore that, because the game seems to imply that I am fine to just not get that. And that will be fine. So, I'm heading to the hotel. I'm gonna get back on track.
Alan Wake.
Hey, Cyborg Girl. How's Alan's funny story? So my realization I've come to, and I'm gonna sound like I've lost it when I try and explain this, is there's a song that keeps playing about, and they say that it loops forever, and keeps talking about how everything's looping. And initially I was like, this is a loop. Alan's stuck in a loop. But the door to the writer's room has a spiral on it. That's what he's in. He's in a spiral, not a loop, because he is able to interact with versions of himself on other loops. He's ending up parallel to himself. He's not ending up where he starts. He's ending up parallel to his start position. Okay, well, look. The game is trying to discourage me from going backwards, and no one has told me that the shoebox is actually important and that I definitely need to go get it, and that etc. So I'm just going to continue playing, if that's alright with chat. If I'm not missing some, like, this will blow open the whole story and you desperately need to see it, I'm going to just keep going on this one. The shoebox is a mechanic. Okay, chat, let's just not... the shoebox is important. If you don't get it now, it will send you back later. Okay, I'll go back now. Okay. Okay, sure. Here's my thinking, chat. If I miss... Yeah. You say that if I missed it now, the game would send me back to get it later. Cool. Then I miss it now and the game sends me back to get it later. It's not necessarily the end of the world if I just sort of play and get there when I get there. There it is. Okay, so I return, go through the door, can't do anything that way. Can't do anything there. Oh, there's a door here I missed, I guess. Presumably I've got to get down there somewhere then, somehow. I can't go back this way. If I come back and do this when the game makes me come back and do it later, will the game point me how to get there? Because I'm going to be honest, right now I feel like I'm running around for a thing that I don't know why I'm running around for, or how to get to, and it's just making me not enjoy this right now. I kind of just want to be progressing. Oh, no, okay, there's a staircase. Right. Where am I?
These were Alice's photos. I recognized the style.
Okay.
One showed the clicker sinking into darkness. The other showed a light in the shape of a bullet. They were important, even if I didn't know what to do with them yet.
Wake. No one wake.
Cool. I now have the things I have no context for and don't know what to do with. Try and remember my way out of here so I can get back to progressing with the game. Yeah, my assumption had been if it was important for me to have it right now, the game would say, hey, I can't leave, I shouldn't leave, I don't have the thing.
I'm lost. I'm lost in the dark, drowning. I'm drowning. I'm drowning. No way out. There's no way out. It's deeper, deeper, deeper. This is hell. I'm in hell. I'm tired. I wish I was dead. Let me die. I just want to sleep. Please. Let me sleep. I'm so tired.
Again,
I want to go home. I've written so much.
the writer experience.
Right, there's nothing left. It's all gone. I don't know how to write. All the words are gone. There's no more words. Where did they go? Did I eat the words? I recognize these words. Who are the words moving? Oh, this is familiar. Oh, why is this familiar? I've been here before. Have I said this before? I've read this somewhere. Where am I? Who am I? Wake. Wake? That's a strange name, eh? Wake? That sounds like a character name. I write a name up. I make that one name up. I don't want to be a character. I don't want to be in the story. Just write these out of the story. Ram these words down your throat. Make you choke on these words. Oh, I know the words. Secret words. You can't take the words. I eat the words. These are my words. Stop using the words. The words. Come to the word. This isn't your story. It never was your story. The story is a monster. The story will eat you alive. The darkness is coming. The darkness inside. This is my story. You're in my story. Get out of my story. You are a character in my story. You can't stop the story. This story will go on forever. There's no escape. You will never escape. You will drown here. You're stuck in a loop. You don't have a clue. You're lost. You lost the plot. I'll show you.
Maybe this is a stretch, but he's talking about drowning. He was at the bottom of the lake. Spiral. What kind of spiral makes you drown? Whirlpool. You get dragged deeper and deeper. It goes round and round, but it does eventually pull to a center. Being pulled down the vortex. You can't swim against it. And some say that it loops forever.
Wake. I am lost.
God, I have that track stuck in my head now. About how some say that it loops forever. Come on, just let me in the front door this time, Magic Hotel. Thank you.
Zane's room, 665, was upstairs. The elevator would take me there.
Oh, I'm going in the elevator, am I? I'm not going up my blood-soaked staircase that I created before. Hey, Zane.
Something told me Zane wouldn't be happy to see me this time.
Time to watch a little short film about Alan.
I'm in control now. The second you try anything, I will shoot you in the head. Scratch wrote return, not me. You're a fucking liar.
You'd given up. You stopped writing. You said it was too dangerous, that we didn't deserve to get out.
Okay, Alan in a prior loop worked out that if he gets out, Scratch gets out. He keeps wanting... Oh, yeah. So Alan stopped trying to write himself back into reality. And Scratch was like, not having any of that, and started trying to write them back into reality himself.
Then he showed up. Scratch. He promised to write. To get me the hell out of here. He was magnificent. A visionary.
Yeah, okay. Zane assisted Scratch in writing the story.
When he finished,
the story didn't include you.
He took return and left me behind.
Yeah, he wrote.
Still here, and so is he.
I know I fucked up, but you can still catch him before he gets out, before he gets to your wife. When you get to him, don't hesitate. Kill the bastard for what he did to us.
Yeah, but if he's in your head, Alan, that's gonna be...
In my cinema.
That's gonna be hard.
Where my film Nightless Night is playing.
Yeah...
I told you not to try anything!
Now, that hopping back and forth is interesting. I don't think it makes sense, but my first thought there was... Does the loop extend further than we know? Alan is somehow Zane. Like, the two of them are the same person in... Like, the loop just keeps going, and just as easily either of them could have been on the opposite sides of that. Even if it's just like the metaphysics of it all, if it's just like on a conceptual level, this is a repeating pattern. There will always be a creative in each of these positions, and ooh,
beyond the labyrinth of me. When you're lost in your own company. And cut. Oh. Now that is drama.
I'm just gonna sit and watch this for a bit. Oh, it's done. I wanted like a 10-minute little behind the scenes.
I had a million questions about Zane, but I had more pressing concerns.
Okay. So out of the hotel we go. Ooh.
I had to find the movie theater Pirate Cinema. The next murder site was there. Zane had created the film in tandem with Return to escape the dark place.
this is not the way out. The elevator. Ah, there's the elevator. Yeah, Scrangle, I don't know what to make of that either, but that sure is some interesting insight to have stuck around for. Okay.
I could see the searchlight beams of the movie theater on the far side of the plaza.
Yeah. Some of these questions I'm just gonna leave until eventually coming back around on this. Like, some of this I'm just gonna let be what it is until I have more context. Is there a reason Alan opens doors like that? He's been trapped in hell for what to him probably feels like eternity. I'd probably, like, bash a door down every now and then just to speed up my departure. It's over there. Oh, I'm stuck in a loop there for a minute. I could do with healing myself, but I need to, like, get away from everyone to do that. I eventually worked out where I was going. Come on, Alan. Putting that Poe track on for a minute. Find it. Is Poe this road? It's like a 10-minute long song. Okay. We get past this advert so I can stick this track on and yeah, how that whole thing sounds. All the way back here.
I had to find the movie theater Poet Cinema. The next murder site was there. Zane had created the film in tandem with Return to escape the dark place.
Getting off this time. Some say that it lives forever, that I lift you on every time. Some say that it lives forever.
I could see the searchlight beams of the movie theater on the far side of the plaza.
Let the game down a little while we explore. We can just have this chill music while we
I
retrack.
can see you there, but you don't see me anywhere. I'm right in front of you, I'm right here on this long empty road. What are you looking at? Is it your face on a pane of glass? 'Cause to this trap.
Oh, no, I wanted to read that signpost, but I'm gonna get attacked if I do.
Some say that it leads forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it leads forever, this road. Some say that it leads forever, this road that I lose you on every time. Some say that it leads forever, this road. It's all meant for me. The meant only for you, I see. Wake up, it's only a dream on a winding road. Now they're in my bed, in the dark chamber of my head. I flip you over until you bend this winding road. Don't you ever let me go. Forever I am living.
That did not go well. I need more battery. I need at least 3 charges to get through that doorway, and there's still multiple enemies to fight after it.
This message that you send to this
Daniel Eladrin, I'm enjoying the game still, even if it's a little, it's a little wobbly in places, such as here where I'm having to run the whole way across the map, only to not have quite enough battery to do what I need to do and then try it again. Yeah, that's like 3 minutes of a 10-minute long track. That track is nice. I'm gonna give it a proper listen in my own time. Let's put the sound on so I can hear when I'm about to be attacked. Let's be sensible. Don't stop this time to read the signpost.
I could see the searchlight into the movie theater on the far side
Okay.
of the plaza.
Don't stick around. Just get through that doorway with the 3 blast points and just keep running. That's my only real option right now, and I just need to get through it. I have 2 flashlight uses that are not the ones I need to get through the doorway. Realistically, I need to not use any before I get to that doorway in case I accidentally target something I don't mean to. Yep, like that. It's already another one I didn't need to use, so I have 1 left. Okay, final one did get the correct. Oh. Okay. This gives me a second to heal, maybe. And hope there is some torch battery in here somewhere. That's where I came in. No steering, no words, no control. Oh, Comrade, I don't know how much of the stream you've been around for, but I've really come around on, and some say that it loops forever, happening over and over in my head. I now understand where the, where all of that was going. There's a battery on a box there, was there? Okay, let me go back, see if I can spot it. Was there? If there is, I don't see it. In the filing cabinet. Okay, I'll go back one more time. Oh, the one in there that I thought I'd picked up and apparently hadn't picked up. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so Conrad, here's where I'm at. I'm pretty sure that Alan is accidentally killing, like, he's trying to edit the story so Scratch can't get out, but he also killed himself thinking that was Scratch, and thinking that it's Scratch that killed him, and it's not a loop, it's a spiral. The writer's room has a spiral. He's not ending up where he starts, he's ending up parallel to where he starts. That's what I've come up to today. That's the progress I'm making on processing what is happening.
The theater appeared to be closed. Maybe the ticket could still get me in.
Please enjoy the film, sir.
Ooh. Hard-boiled and hungover. Hard
The
KC.
cinema lobby was a gateway to other realities on the silver screen. I could set a scene here.
There are no happy endings. Oh, the way he was talking about it for a second, I thought we were going to be Mario 64 jumping into the movie posters for a sec. I was like, let me jump into the movie poster worlds. Where's the dark sphere we need? Is it up the top somewhere? Oh, there, yeah.
I felt like I'd been on this case looking for the cult of the word for a lifetime or more. The only case I'd ever been on. They would surface from the dark with their depraved acts of violence and fade back into the night, leaving behind bloody crime scenes and clues heavy with obscure meanings that led nowhere. Arriving at the cinema, I felt a monumental, terrifying revelation trembling before me, ready to open its jaws and swallow me whole.
This place had significance to the cult. There was something to use there. I needed
Okay, so we put the cult lair in the cinema.
The question, how do you run from an idea, from a thought, from a story that lives in your head? You can't escape your fears. You carry your monsters with you. The devil running back, it's in you. You're running right back to it. A loop. I have to stop. Stop running.
Yeah, okay, Mr. Scratch is in Alan. The monster, you carry it with you, it's in you. How do you forget an idea? How do you get rid of an idea? Mr. Scratch only exists in your head.
Stop writing. I won't write another word. It's too dangerous. Only horror comes out of it. People get hurt. I will let the currents of this ocean wash me away. But what if I forget why I stopped? What if I forget I stopped at all? That is fucked up. If that happens, I'll start writing again.
And if you start writing again, you'll have to kill.
Step toward the murder site.
Yeah.
I was making progress.
If you forget
Can I stop writing?
yeah. If you start writing again, and then realize you're not supposed to write, you're gonna have to loop back around and kill yourself to stop you writing again.
Point. I can't stop. There's too much at stake.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone had barricaded themselves in the room.
Okay. Follow the arrow, follow the arrow.
I was missing something.
What is it, Alan? What am I missing? I get around to that. Yeah, you know what? This might be where we leave it for tonight. I might do a daytime stream tomorrow, or at the very least, I'll be doing another stream probably Friday night. I feel like new area, before I dig too deep into this new area and then have to do what I did with tonight's stream and remember, get my bearings back and work out where we were at again, I think we'll leave it here. And we'll try and get through this area on the next stream. So thank you very much everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. I want to get through Alan Wake soonish, because I want to start doing some streaming of Thirsty Suitors. Maybe that's a daytime stream tomorrow. Maybe we do a daytime UK stream of Thirsty Suitors, because I want to show that game off a bit. Conrad says you're so close. When you say I'm so close, how so close am I? Like, if I powered through for another half hour, would whatever it is happen? Or like close to the end of the game? I'm trying to get a reference for where you're at. Thirsty Suitors is fantastic. I played a couple of hours and I am very eager to show it off. Yeah, I feel like we're getting there. We're getting there. You need a few hours, yeah. Chunky section here next. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna leave this for now. Thank you once again, everyone, for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I will be back probably tomorrow, and then maybe tomorrow. I've got some other stuff going on, but definitely back on Friday. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Goodbye.